Join us as we shine a spotlight on compelling conversations with leaders from Washington State and beyond. This is Conversations with Katie Hall. From legendary plays to rising stars, the story of Seattle sports is still being written. What is it going to mean to Seattle when or if the Supersonics come back?
It's going to be something you've never seen before. And let me tell you, right now, there are a lot of fans here. And whatever team comes here, if they want to, they could use the Sonic name. And if I were them, I would, because it's a no-brainer. And for marketing, promotion, stuff like that, you would want to use the Sonic's name, the colors. In fact, you still see it if you walk around, people wearing Sonic memorabilia. Yeah. So it's still very popular here. But it was great. The fans loved the team. They supported the team. They came out for them. It was a wonderful feeling.
Absolutely. And Lenny, 90 years from now, what are your desires for sports in Seattle?
I want the community, the teams to be involved in the community. Give back, make your community better. And it's very easy for sports people to do that because the young people recognize that because they want to follow them. So it's an opportunity, and I think it's an opportunity worthwhile.
And what could other cities learn from the way that Seattle embraced sports within our economy?
Well, and how we went about it, you know. I think that you need to look at it, see, model it, you know, and make it accessible.
Why is coaching camps and the camp that you started here in Seattle so important?
Well, I think that we want to involve our young people. And you have to take time to let them know that you're interested and that you can make a difference. And having a basketball camp, when I first came here, there weren't any camps for kids. I think there was maybe one. And I worked at camp. It was Bob Huberg's. It was on Whidbey Island. And I decided that we needed more. Young people needed a place to go. I found out that in the off season, it was just empty. But you know, during the school year, it was a place for nuns. And vocation had slipped a little bit, and there wasn't as many out there. So we went out and talked about renting the place, leasing it out. And what I did was I had 4 weeks for boys basketball and 1 week for girls, because the girls sport at that time wasn't as big, but I wanted to help it. I'm going to make it. So we had 5 weeks. And we used to get a bunch of kids would come out.
That they did.
Yeah, and I hired high school coaches to work with me, and we would teach a fundamental of basketball. We taught, you know, ball handling, taught dribbling, shooting, passing, things like that, and then we had games that they played. And then also, one night a week, we'd have a skit to make it fun for the kids. It was enjoyable, but the camp, we sold it out.
Seattle sports is built on passion, grit, and the love of the game. More on that when we come back. Lenny Wilkens, thank you so much for sitting down with me today and talking about sports in general, but sports in Seattle. Can you just talk to us a little bit about the rich history of sports in Seattle?
Well, I think it's fabulous because we had everything here. Baseball, football, basketball, okay, and soccer, you name it. We were very good at it. I wound up in Seattle my last year in St. Louis. We had a contract problem. I was a player, and I wouldn't sign a contract with the St. Louis Hawks, and so they wound up trading me to Seattle. And I was traded here in '69, I think it was. And I was here 1 year, and then they wanted me to be a player coach. And I told the general manager he was crazy. You know, but then I thought about it. It was so close to training camp that I said, if we get someone in here who didn't know the team, it maybe wouldn't work out real well. So I decided that I would be a player coach. I was toward the end of my career, and it was something that I thought I could do. So I said, okay. So I agreed to be a player coach. So I became a player coach for the Seattle Supersonics.
And what was that like? Talk to us a little bit about that. Like, what was that like? And then, like, what would be your inspiration to other veteran players on this player coach concept?
It was interesting because, first of all of a sudden, I'm going to be telling them what to do, you know, and these are guys that I'm hanging out, going out, having a beer with or whatever, you know. One of the things that I always knew, and it came because of some of my background, you know, is that preparation was important. And I knew that I would be prepared, prepared. I would prepare myself so that I was always ready. No matter what the circumstance, I would be able to deal with it. And I could help young people be better. I want to help them grow, mature. And I could do that. And I felt very confident about that. So,
when you talk about that, I mean, when we look at the game today, do you feel like there's pieces that's missing in the current game?
Some of the things I think are missing in the current game today is preparation. I don't think they prepare as well. Like, for instance, a team that you're getting ready to play. Okay, what do they do? What do we need to stop? What do we need to take away from them? Okay, and how do we do that? Okay, so you know, and that's stuff that you work at. We walk through in practice before the game that this is how we're going to help. This is where the help is coming from. This is how we'll recover. This is the direction we're going to be going. So all of that is something that you work at, you get ready for, so that when it happens, you are ready to do it.
From legendary plays to rising stars, the story of Seattle sports is still being written. Stay with us. So the glove, thank you so much for joining us today. What are you looking for at the 90th Sports Awards?
Well, you know, I'm up here for Marshawn Lynch. That's what I'm up here for. You know, that's my young brother coming from Oakland, California, grew up there. He deserves all of this. You know, what he did for the Seahawks and the things that he did for this community and what he's doing now in life. You know, I like kids to understand that after you're done in a sport, you're not done. You're not over. You got to do something else. And I think he's done that to the fullest, that he shows kids that no, you don't come broke. You don't do all that. You become a better person. You become a better businessman. You work at it. And I think he's done that at a great pace.
Absolutely. And what would you want to say, if Marshawn was right here with you right now at this moment, what would you say to him? What are you most proud about?
I'm proud about his whole life.
His whole life.
His whole life. Every day he gets up and then he does something positive. You know, to me, what I like about him is he's he. Yeah. That's all he is. He's his own person. He doesn't let nobody dictate him, and he knows how to be diverse. You know, he knows how to do it when he needs to do it, act the way he does, in this way. And that's what you have to do to become successful. You don't have to always act like people want you to. You can act like what you need to do at the right time and be that special person and let people love you. People love you when they be like, I want to be around him. He's a great guy. And that's what you have to have in this world, because this world is crazy. We don't get every day. It's not promised to us. A lot of our OGs and everything are passing away. And we got to keep a dynasty of let our kids and our grandbabies understand what's going on and to teach them the right way. And that's what I like.
Being from Oakland, I'm from Detroit. Kids like us,
we the same.
We weren't meant to make it out.
Right.
What do you want to say to the youth that's watching about the importance of knowing who they are and being authentic to them?
Well, right now, you got kids and everything, even in Detroit and Oakland. Listen, you guys got to have a goal. You have to have something. I think you have to understand that you got to listen. You got to be that one who has to don't have an ego into you. I know a lot of people nowadays, the generation is different. You guys get in your feelings too much. I think that you got to understand that we're trying to help. We're not trying to beat you down. Once we tell you, we've been where you've been. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that we have to understand that. And when you got a goal for yourself and then listen, guarantee you things will come to you better than what you think it is. And that's what I tell kids now that as I coach. Listen before you react. Just listen. Try it one time. It'll work. You know what I mean? Because they don't understand everything. They think they understand everything. But then when it all comes bad, they'll be like, oh, I should have listened. And then it's too late by that time. Conversations with Katie Hall, y'all better tune into her because I am every day. It's always good.
Talk to us a little bit about what the Supersonics did for the culture of sports in Seattle.
Well, the Supersonics were very popular. The city went crazy about the team. And I think that it's great for young people because young people need to find something that they want to do, that they enjoy doing.
Talk to me a little bit about Jackie Robinson and having the opportunity to not only work with him, but have friendship as well.
Well, growing up, and I was an outdoor kid. And we used to play a lot of stickball, handball, box ball, stoop ball, punch ball, anything with a ball.
Yeah.
And I was a big Dodger fan. And I could name practically all the Dodgers still to this day. And one of the Dodgers that lived in our neighborhood was Jackie Robinson. And I remember I worked for this grocery store, so I delivered groceries to his place from time to time. And I got to know him. And I used to go to Ebbets Field quite a bit, you know, to watch the games. I could afford that. And I would see some of the things that Jackie Robinson went through. And I remember getting to talk to him, and I would ask him. I said, you know, how do you deal with it? You know, does it ever bother you? And he kind of smiled at me and put a hand on my shoulder, and he says to me, I don't let them get in here. And I thought that was powerful because they weren't going to get inside his head or mess with his mind. And he became a great baseball player.
Absolutely. When you think about your coaching career, and it's hard to know your own legacy, but what would you say your biggest legacy is as a coach?
That preparation, I think. Yeah, I think that my teams were always prepared to play. We were ready, no matter who it was, because we walked through what we were going to need to do, how we were going to help one another, how we want to get back to where we're supposed to be, things like that. So we prepared for that. You know, we didn't just think it was going to happen.
So Lenny Wilkens, you've been inducted in the Hall of Fame 4 times. That's incredible. Incredible legacy.
It is. And most of the time, many of them knew about 3. A lot of them didn't know about the 4th. The 4th was some friends of mine petitioned and got me inducted into the military Hall of Fame. A lot of people don't know that I was in the service. Okay.
I guess I didn't prepare good enough.
No, that's all right. At Quartermaster Army. At the end of my first year pro ball, I had to go on active duty because I was in ROTC in college. And so at the end of my first year of pro ball, I was activated. And so I was stationed at Fort Lee, Virginia. And the general there asked me to play for the base team because he knew that I had played. And we had a good team. And we won Second Army Championship. And you know, there's a lot of people, that's just part of my background that people don't know. And then finally, some friends of mine who I was in the service with, they were career officers. They stayed in. And one of them had become a general, some were lieutenant colonels, you know. And they petitioned and got me elected to the Quartermaster Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And I never think much about that, you know, because it's not NBA. But it is Hall of Fame, and it's something that I enjoyed looking at, you know, looking back over, and it was a good time. It was a good Second Army Championship. We had a good team at Fort Lee.
How do we keep that discipline in basketball for the future generations?
I think that the coaches need to pay attention, need to make sure that when that preparation is so important, and you got to prepare your young people, okay? You know, it's like, you know, young people are important because they're tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, politicians, you know, and we need to let them know that they can make a difference. And so does the people in basketball. We got to let the young people know that they're very capable, okay? They got to put the time in, okay? But they're capable, and they need to go back and look at some of the good teams and look at how disciplined they were.
It's tape. I feel like that's what's missing, watching tape.
Yes.
And like, as you mentioned earlier, really studying the other teams and learning like their strengths and their areas of opportunity.
Yeah, I think that the coaches need to sit down, look at it, and then edit it and take out certain portions and show. Because they're not gonna wanna watch all day. But if you take out certain areas and show it, and show young people that they're capable, they can do this, okay, and be successful, and as long as it doesn't get boring to them, they'll want to be better. They'll want to be good at what they do.
I think it's unique to Seattle. I mean, I'm from Detroit, and I love Detroit, and I lived in a lot of different places, but the access to athletes in Seattle is second to none. Why do you think that is?
You know, it was always great. All the teams here wanted to give back to the community, wanted to let the community know that we were a part of that we were better because of that. And I think that that's a sense of belonging, you know, and so it was always fun for us. And our players went many places and gave back and participated in the community. And the fans loved it. Seattle sports also gave back to the community. It let young people know that they can be involved. And they came to support the Sonics. And the players loved that they came there. And we love living in the community and giving back to the community.
What kind of recommendations would you give to teams and coaches on how to get teams to work collectively to win championships? Or
well, I think you have to work at it, okay? You know, preparation is so important. And you got to work at being good. You got to work at how to defend, you know, how to rotate, how to double team, how to trap, how to recover, you know, getting back. These are things that you work at and you walk through in practice so that you're ready for them when game time comes. And so I don't think they prepare as well today. That's just me. And, you know, I'm not saying that they're not good, because they are talented.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're very talented,
Absolutely.
you know. But you got to prepare. You got to be ready, and you got to put the time in to be good at what you do.
What else, is there anything you want to leave our young people with from a legacy standpoint about why legacy is so important?
I think it's important for young people to believe that they can make a difference. I want them to know that they can achieve, they can be successful, okay? And all it takes, hey, if you fall down, get up and start over again. I learned that real early in my career. And then in my neighborhood, if I fell down, I was going to get up, because I was going to let them know I'm coming right back. So, and I think that young people, you can make a difference.
Sports are more than just games. They're memories, moments that shape us, and a reflection of the communities we call home. Seattle has proven time and time again that it is a city built on resilience, loyalty, and an unwavering belief in what's next. As we close, let's remember the players, the fans, and the legends who have left their mark, and those who continue to carry the torch forward. The spirit of Seattle sports is alive, and its best days are still ahead. I'm Katie Hall. Thank you for taking this journey with me.